Right, here's a couple of questions on simplifying complex numbers. Basically, what we want to do is get rid of the I in the bottom. So, multiply top and bottom by the conjugate. So, the conjugate would be 2 minus 3i and 2 minus 3i. And we'll have to use the distributive property or FOIL to multiply those out. Let's do the top first. 3 times 2 is 6 minus 9i minus 4i plus 6i squared. On the bottom, 4 minus 6i plus 6i minus 9i squared. Okay, and then on the top, I'll have 6 minus 13i, and then 6i squared would be the same as 6 times negative 1, right? And on the bottom, it'd be 4, these two would cancel, minus 9, and the I squared's a negative 1. So really on the top, I have 6 minus 13i minus 6 over 4 plus 9. So on the top, that would be, 6 minus 6 would be negative 13i over 13. And the 13s would cancel. So that would just be negative I. Oh, I like that question. Did I do anything wrong? I think that's correct. 6 minus 9i minus, yeah. Here's another one. You could multiply both top and bottom by 7i, but you could also just multiply by an I to get rid of the I on the bottom. Let's multiply maybe by both and see what happens. So on the bottom I get 49i squared, which would be the same as negative 49. On the top, 7 times 8 is 56i, and then 7 times 3 would be a minus 21i squared. And I squared is the same as negative 1, so really that's 56i plus 21. Don't forget that I there. And now when I look at all of this, there's no I on the bottom, which is a good thing, but I noticed that 7 will divide into everything. So really I could have factored a 7 out of the top, left it as 8i plus 3, and the bottom, negative 49, is the same as negative 7 times 7. So these 7s will cancel. So I can have 8i plus 3 over a negative 7. Typically we don't write a negative 7 on the bottom, so I could put the negative on top. This would be correct though, but I could put a negative on the top. So I could maybe, instead of having a negative 7 there, I could have a negative 1 on the top over a positive 7, which would be a negative 8i minus 3 over 7. So both this answer and this answer, they're the same, they're both correct. Typically we don't like a negative on the bottom, but it's not incorrect. But both of those would be good. Hopefully that helps you with those two questions.